in Maya, if you want to use and see vertex color, you can go and right click on the object you want and go to paint, mesh, vertex color, RGB, and then in your tool settings, this paint tool will appear. Now you can flood things like this with the color of your choice. The color value is here, and if I choose white now, I can paint it like this. And now it's in RGB mode, so it's actually possible to use every color available. So maybe I have a map like this. And now for the alpha channel, I can choose to paint it like this. It won't show it to me right now. But if I do like this, it will mask the colors from before I had in the RGB. So now if I want to check the sets, I go to color sets, color set editor, and now this color set is what I have here. So it's storing the vertex color in this group or color set. So if I delete it, there is no more vertex color. To use this vertex color in Maya, you can go to anywhere and just apply a shader effects material. So if I choose a new material and say shader effects, and I go to shader effects, I can say vertex color node, and I can hook it up like this to my material just to view it, of course, for the moment. This will apply live in the viewport. Otherwise, if you want to use Arnold or the Maya Classic shader, you have actually that's using the Maya Classic shader, and if you want to use Arnold, you just write color, and there is this AI user data color, which is very important that it has the color set you want as its attribute, otherwise it won't work. So you need to check your color set like this and check its name. So it says color set 1, that should be the name inside the material editor here in hypershade, in this AI user data color attribute, because if it's something else, it just won't take the data out. It just won't work. Okay, vertex colors in max. So if you want to paint or display vertex colors in max, let's make sure first that in object properties vertex channel display is on. So now we see that it's completely white. That means there's nothing there besides the default alpha white. And if we want to modify it, we have to add vertex paint like this. And now this nifty panel appeared, and I can choose to paint either RGB in vertex color channel mode or the alpha first. So let me just paint the alpha first. It doesn't matter which order you do it. What matters is that you can't do it at once. So if I start painting it now like this, maybe this is my alpha, I have to apply it. Actually, I'll just show that it doesn't work if I switch to vertex color and go here to shaded view. It doesn't matter if I choose a color here, like red, and try to paint. Oh, they actually fixed that. So apparently you can also paint in your vertex colors now conveniently while also displaying the alpha. But I'm not sure if it actually bakes it in with by considering that white and black is alpha, maybe this white and black is still in the RGB color channel unless I bake it in. So after it's painted like this, you just have to collapse the modifier and it's applied. And if you want to stop seeing it, you can remove vertex channel display. And now if we add the vertex paint modifier back, and if I choose it, now it displays vertex alpha. And if I press the lock, it displays the colors. So this is why I was saying that. Strange, it says it's displaying the alpha channel. I understand. So actually, what it's doing is that while displaying the alpha channel, and I'm painting in this green color, it shows me green, but it's actually not green. It's where your value is set. So even if it's green like this, it will ignore the hue and the saturation. It just cares about the value. So it doesn't matter what color you use in the alpha. It should just care about the value of it. So this is basically this amount of gray. And if I want to display the color channel, I press the lock button and I see this. So this is the color channel and this is the alpha channel. And now if I collapse 2, it will remain displayed and I have to toggle this on and off to make it go away. Or just put the modifier on again. That's about it for Vertex painting and colors in Max. If you want to use the Vertex color map, you just go to the material editor, write Vertex here, and use the map for whatever you want to. Just plug it in here as the color map, just to see what it displays. Now, Vertex color in Blender. First, if you already discovered the menu, you can go up here and say Vertex paint. This is how you paint Vertex color. This will of course display the Vertex color channel. So let me just paint this yellow as an example and then go blue and so on. So this by default is non-color is white. So let's say this is channel 1, and to access Vertex color channels or sets or whatever you want to call them, you go here to color attributes. The new Blender calls it color attributes. In the past, this actually used to be called Vertex color. So if I press plus, I can create another set, rename it and so on. So this is my first one now, color 1, color 2. And if I click on them, they will be displayed in this Vertex paint mode, of course, like this. So let me just add a kind of blue here. And now if I go back to object mode, it won't be displayed. And if I want to see it, I have a few choices. First, I can go up here and in the viewport shading for solid view, I can choose attribute and it will display it. And I can click here to choose which channel to be displayed. If I go to render and I want to see it, I have to use it as an attribute. So if I open shader editor and add a color attribute node and hook it to my base color, it will display the first channel by default or whichever is on here. And if I don't care about that, I can also choose it from a list here. This painting mode is also available in sculpting. So if you're in sculpt mode, and let me just go back to solid view like this. So in sculpt mode, we have this tool
called paint, which is essentially the same thing. Works exactly the same, does exactly the same thing. And it's really useful if you want to create a mask from it. Mask, because there's this tool called mask by color. If I click like this, now this is masked. And if I choose a grab brush, for example, you can see it's using this red color as a mask. Now I'm using this white one. But it wasn't full value, so that's why it's reacting as it is now. So that's kind of it about vertex color.